Have you ever noticed that when your mind is truly calm and you feel at peace, everything in life seems so much easier? Problems find their own solutions, unexpected opportunities appear, and things just seem to click into place in a strange way, as if the universe is working to support you. Yet, most of us live in the opposite state. We are trapped in anxiety, constantly fighting to control things that are inherently uncontrollable. We believe we have to strive, to force, to strain ourselves to achieve what we want. But the true secret to attracting and manifesting what you desire doesn't lie in how stressed you are or how hard you try to force things. The secret lies in how you can find inner peace. Inner peace is a quiet, solid strength that comes from within, allowing you to let go of anxiety, trust the process, and miraculously attract good things to you without straining and fighting. Welcome to Stoic Way with Alaric. I am Alaric. In today's video, we will explore the art of living with serenity and detachment according to Stoic philosophy. We will go through 10 valuable lessons that will show you how to stop straining to control and reduce anxiety and unease so your mind can become calmer. And from there, you can attract and manifest the good things you truly desire into your life. Are you ready to find the secret to peace, to attract everything you crave? Let's begin this journey. As I mentioned in the introduction, fear often leads us to try and control everything. We believe that if we grip tight enough, if we plan meticulously enough, if we predict every risk, we will be safe and achieve what we want. But life often works differently. The more we try to force its flow, the more we try to control things that are inherently out of our hands, like others' actions, random events, and the future, the more we create tension, anxiety, and a feeling of things slipping out of control. It's like trying to hold on to sand in your hands. The harder you squeeze, the more you lose. Stoic philosophy offers a liberating perspective. We do not control outcomes. We only control our actions and our attitude. Stopping control here doesn't mean giving up or surrendering effort. It means acting with intention but without attachment to the outcome. The philosopher Epictetus taught, "Do what is yours to do and accept what comes. You plant the good seed. You tend to it, but you cannot control the sun, the rain, or pests." When fear about the future or the possibility of failure arises, it pushes us to try and control more. But precisely this control, born from fear, leads us to make poor decisions, act impulsively, and inadvertently create the outcome we feared. Letting go of the need to control everything is not weakness. It is the wise recognition of the limits of your power and a trust in the larger flow of life. It allows you to free up energy from fighting what cannot be changed and channel it into what you truly can. Train your mind, choose your attitude, and act according to your values. Marcus Aurelius, who had to accept countless things outside his will while ruling the empire, said, "Love your fate, for it is the only thing you have." Amor fati in Stoicism isn't passive resignation, but the active acceptance of whatever comes as a necessary part of one's growth. When you stop trying to grip tightly and learn to let go, you create space for relaxation and allow the universe, or the natural flow of life and the efforts of others, to do its part. You no longer fight against the current, but learn to navigate within it wisely. This frees you from tension, reduces fear, and, ironically, helps you achieve what you desire much more easily and naturally. Freeing yourself from fear begins with recognizing that you don't need to control everything. You only need to control how you act and react to what comes to you. Our minds are never completely silent. There's always an internal conversation going on, the voice inside your own head, constantly commenting, judging, and asking questions. This inner dialogue has enormous power. It shapes how you see yourself, how you interpret the world, and, most importantly, it feeds or weakens your fear. The Stoic philosopher Seneca used a very vivid analogy. Our soul is tinted with the color of our thoughts, like dipping a white cloth into dye. The color of the internal words you repeat will tint your mental and emotional state. If you constantly tell yourself words of fear, doubt, and criticism like, "I'm not good enough," "I'm going to fail," and "things will get worse," you are tinting your soul with fear and insecurity. Negative self-talk is like a slow poison, gradually eroding your confidence, courage, the weapon to overcome fear, and making you shrink back. It convinces you that your fears are undeniable truths, creating mental chains that keep you trapped. But the opposite is also true. If you actively choose inner words that are constructive, reasoned, and courageous, you are tinting your soul with confidence, resilience, and inner power. Stoic philosophy teaches us to use reason to examine and guide our thoughts. When a negative thought arises, don't just believe it. Ask, is this true? Is it helpful? Is it based on reason? How to guide your inner dialogue. Recognize negative talk. Become aware of when the voice inside your head is criticizing, doubting, or predicting the worst. Question negative thoughts. When you notice them, pause and ask, is this thought based on evidence? Does it help me achieve my goals? And how would a Stoic see this? Choose positive and reasoned affirmations. Replace negative thoughts with active words that affirm your capabilities and guide your actions. For example, instead of "I'm afraid to fail," say "I'm capable of facing challenges and learning from any outcome." Instead of "I can't do it," say "I will focus on the next step and do my best." Repeat affirmations. Like building a muscle, repeat affirmations of inner strength and courage daily so they gradually tint your soul. Your inner words are a powerful tool to either free you from fear or trap you within it. By actively training yourself to guide your internal conversation towards reason and courage, you are building the inner strength needed to face whatever life brings. Have you ever noticed that when your mind is often worried about money, you tend to see signs of lack everywhere? If you are concerned about making mistakes, do you find yourself focusing more on minor errors, both yours and those of others? It seems that wherever you place your attention, wherever your mental energy is directed, shapes what you experience and what you attract into your life. Objective reality may be the same, but the reality you experience is a reflection of your inner world. If your mind is filled with fear and lack, you will look at the world through that filter, and everything you see will be interpreted through that lens, reinforcing your fears. The philosopher Epictetus taught, "What bothers us is not the things themselves, but how we react to those things. How we react is deeply rooted in where we place our attention and how we interpret events. The power of focus is immense. Wherever you place your attention, your energy will go there, and corresponding experiences will tend to appear in your life. If you focus on fear, you will find more reasons to be afraid. If you focus on what is lacking, you will find more evidence of scarcity. This feeds insecurity and hinders inner power. But if you actively train your mind to focus on what you can do, on potential solutions, and on the good things that still exist, you will start seeing opportunities instead of obstacles. Stoic philosophy doesn't ask you to ignore difficulties. It asks you to face reality, but to choose where you place your energy and attention. You have the power to direct your focus, how to use your focus to attract good things and strengthen inner power. Recognize the negative magnets. Become aware of when your attention is drawn to negative things, bad news, complaints, unconstructive conversations, dwelling on things you cannot control. Actively redirect your attention. When you become aware, use an anchor, like your breath, to pull your attention to the present moment and actively direct it to something positive, a potential solution, something you are grateful for, or an action you can take right now. Focus on what is within your control. Always bring your attention back to what you can influence, your thoughts, attitude, effort, and actions. Use intentional visualization. Dedicate time to visualize yourself facing challenges bravely and calmly, and visualize positive outcomes. Your focus is a powerful magnet. It attracts not just information, but energy and experiences corresponding to the frequency you emit. By actively directing your focus towards what is constructive, reasoned, and positive, you free yourself from the chains of fear and activate the source of inner power to attract a better life. Look back at the journey you've taken. You'll be proud of your work at times, but you'll also regret your actions. Mistakes, poor decisions, missed opportunities. They are like stones filling an invisible backpack. You carry it on your back day after day. Have you noticed what that backpack does to you? It slows you down, it makes you tired, and it prevents you from seeing the path ahead clearly. You keep looking back to where those stones were picked up instead of courageously stepping into the future. Stoic philosophy offers a liberating perspective on the past. The past has no power to control your present unless you give it that power. What has happened cannot be changed. You cannot go back in time to fix a mistake or say words you didn't get to say. Dwelling in regret or what-ifs is simply a waste of energy on something that is fixed. It fuels fear of repeating mistakes and fearing others' judgment about your past, and prevents you from acting bravely in the present. Marcus Aurelius, who understood the burden of the past and the uncertainty of the future, gave timeless advice. Don't let the future disturb you. You will face it with the same reasoning you use to live in the present. And this advice also applies to the past. You can face memories and regrets with the same reasoning and calmness you are developing right now. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are not the opportunities you've missed. You are the person you choose to be in this present moment. Your power lies in how you decide to act right now. How to free yourself from the weight of the past. Acknowledge, learn, and let go. Recognize what has happened and the mistakes made, but don't dwell on them. Ask, what did I learn from this? Take that lesson and actively let go of the emotional burden that comes with it. Channel energy into the present and future. Instead of focusing energy on reanalyzing what's past, direct your attention and action to what you can do right now to build the future you crave. Use your time and energy with intention. Redefine yourself by present action. Each day, choose to act according to Stoic values like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Those actions define who you are today, not what you did in the past. Use visualization to reinforce. Visualize yourself walking on your present path lightly, confidently, having shed the burden of the past. The past is a teacher, not a jailer. Don't let it chain you to regret and fear. Learn the necessary lessons and bravely shed the heavy backpack to step forward on your path. It is freedom from the weight of the past that will unleash the energy and courage to embrace your inner power and live a life not wasted. We live in a world full of uncertainty. The future is unknown. Everything can change in an instant. This very unpredictability is the deep source of many fears and the need to control everything. We worry about what's to come, try to force outcomes to match our will, and get stuck in anxiety. But Stoicism offers a path to inner peace right in the midst of uncertainty. Peace comes from trusting that what is meant for you, what truly is yours, is already reserved and will arrive in its own time. Such confidence does not mean being passive. Stoicism doesn't teach resignation. It teaches intentional acceptance, amor fati, and reasoned action in the present. It means you do everything within your power plant, the good seeds, train yourself, and act according to your values. But you let go of the anxiety and the need to control the timing or the exact way results will arrive. Think about a river. It doesn't try to fight the rocks or the bends. It doesn't matter if it reaches the sea. It simply persistently flows along its natural course. Marcus Aurelius said, "What is not good for the beehive is not good for the bee." Everything in the universe is interconnected and has its own purpose, whether we understand it or not. Trusting in what's coming is trusting that you are a part of that larger flow, and that life is leading you to where you need to be to learn and grow, even through difficulties. Epictetus taught, "What is yours will come, even if you cannot see it today." Fear often stems from us not seeing the path clearly, not knowing what the future holds. But peace comes from the faith that the path is unfolding step by step, and that what is yours will arrive at the right time when you are ready to receive it. Trusting in what's coming is not being passive. It is a powerful combination of intentional action and letting go of anxiety about outcomes. You do your best with what is within your control in the present, and then you trust the process. How to cultivate this trust? Recognize when you're trying to control the uncontrollable. When you feel intense anxiety about results or timelines, pause and recognize you are trying to control what is not up to you. Practice acceptance, amor fati. When something doesn't go as planned, instead of resisting, try to see it as a necessary part of your journey, a lesson arriving. Focus on doing your part. Direct energy towards acting according to your values, learning from experience, and developing yourself. This is where your real power lies. Use reminders of trust. Repeat affirmations like, "I trust the process of life," or "What is meant for me will arrive in its time." True peace comes when you stop fighting the flow of life and trust that, even when you don't understand everything, things are unfolding according to a larger order and are leading you to where you need to be to fulfill your potential. Freeing yourself from fear begins by letting go of the need to control everything. and embracing the peace found in trusting what is coming. In the journey of overcoming fear and unleashing inner power, there are two incredibly effective tools when combined: gratitude and visualization. They don't just help you feel better in the present, they have the power to shift your energy frequency to attract what you desire. And what about visualization? It's creating a vivid mental movie of the future you crave. It's not just about visualizing the future, but also about experiencing it as if it's already here. You should feel the joy of success, the peace of overcoming fear, and the abundance of achieving your goals. When you combine gratitude and visualization, you create a powerful magnet. Gratitude puts you on the frequency of abundance and appreciating what is, releasing fear of lack, while visualization creates a clear image and feeling of what could be, overcoming fear of the future and creating motivation to act. The philosopher Epictetus taught, "What makes us happy is not what happens, but how we react to it. How we react, how we feel about reality, is deeply rooted in where we place our focus and what we feed our minds." Gratitude and visualization are two powerful tools to actively guide your focus and feed your mind with things that nourish inner power and attract what you desire. When you practice gratitude for the present and visualize the future with faith, you are tuning your inner energy to match the frequency of what you desire. Fear, contracted energy, gradually gives way to confidence and openness, expanded energy. How to combine these two practices? Start with gratitude. Spend a few minutes each day truly feeling grateful for the small things in your present life. Follow with visualization. Immediately after, spend a few minutes visualizing a goal or state you crave vividly. It's important to feel the emotion as if it's already true. Connect the states. Try to feel grateful for the process unfolding, for the small steps, even if you don't see final results, while also visualizing the big goal. Use combined affirmations. Repeat affirmations that blend gratitude and visualization. I am grateful for the progress today, and I visualize my goal becoming reality. Or, I am grateful for my inner strength and visualize myself facing this specific challenge bravely. Gratitude and visualization aren't magic in a Stoic sense. They are practical tools to actively manage your mind and energy. When you tune your inner energy to the frequency of what you crave, freeing yourself from fear through abundance and trust, you create a powerful magnetic force, attracting good things and opportunities into your life. Have you noticed life is sometimes like a dance? A complex, surprising dance where you are not the only one in control. There is another partner, the universe, the flow of life, with its own rhythm and its own steps. We often want to be the one leading every step, controlling every tempo of our life's dance. But Stoicism teaches us that true harmony, true peace, comes when you understand that sometimes what's needed is to let go of rigid control and learn to move with the rhythm of life. It's like when you dance with another partner. There will be moments you actively lead, but there will also be moments you need to relax, trust, and follow your partner's lead. That fluidity, that harmony between your actions and the overall rhythm, is what creates the beauty of the dance, and it is also what creates peace in life. When you try to force life to follow your tempo, resisting the unexpected steps of your universe partner, the dance becomes awkward, full of stumbles and frustration. Fear of losing control or missing a step makes you tense up, unable to move naturally. But when you learn to trust the process and adapt to life's unexpected moves, you gradually feel the larger rhythm, like trusting in what's coming. You start moving with it, not against it. Stoic philosophy encourages us to live in harmony with nature. And nature here isn't just plants and mountains, but the natural flow of life with its ups and downs. When you stop resisting what you cannot control, you free yourself from burden and allow yourself to move more freely. How to learn to dance the dance of life more harmoniously. Recognize life's rhythm. Pay attention to when life seems to be speeding up, slowing down, and when there are unexpected steps. Practice flexibility. When life takes an unexpected step, like plans changing or difficulties arising, instead of tensing up in fear, try to relax and find a way to adapt. Find the next step that fits the new rhythm. Combine action and trust. The dance of life needs both. You need to act intentionally and take purposeful steps, but simultaneously trust that your universe partner is also doing its part and that those steps are leading you to where you need to be. Find peace in the flow. Whether life's current is strong or encounters challenging moments, strive to find tranquility within the movement itself. Breathe deeply. Focus on the present moment. Life doesn't always unfold according to your script. There will be unexpected steps from your universe partner. Freeing yourself from fear isn't about controlling the entire dance, but about learning to feel the rhythm, trust the process, and move with life wisely and courageously. It is in that harmony that you will find peace and the path to true inner power. Have you ever thought that every thought and every emotion we have isn't just a simple vibration in our heads, but that they also emit a type of energy, a certain frequency, into the world around us? Like musical notes creating a melody, your inner vibrations create a song that the universe is listening to. According to this principle, what you attract into your life isn't random. It tends to mirror the energy frequency you are emitting. If your inner song is filled with fear, doubt, and scarcity, that's what you'll tend to see and experience more of. Fear attracts more reasons to be afraid. Insecurity attracts more unsettling situations. But if you adjust the strings of your mind to play the melody of courage, trust, and gratitude, you will attract corresponding opportunities, support, and positive experiences. The philosopher Epictetus taught, "What makes us happy is not what happens, but how we react to it." How we react, how we feel about reality, is deeply rooted in where we place our focus and what we feed our minds. Gratitude and visualization are two powerful tools to actively guide your focus and feed your mind with things that nourish inner power and attract what you desire. When you practice gratitude for the present and visualize the future with faith, you are tuning your inner energy to match the frequency of what you desire. Fear, contracted energy, gradually gives way to confidence and openness. Expanded energy. How to combine these two practices? Be aware of the current melody. Pay attention to the song your inner voice is playing right now. Is it emitting a melody of anxiety or peace? Of scarcity or abundance? Actively change the notes. Use the lessons learned. Change your inner words. Shift your focus. And practice gratitude to actively change the negative notes to positive ones. Use visualization to rehearse. Visualize yourself in a high energy state. emitting a frequency of confidence and peace, attracting what you desire. Feel it as if it's real. Act despite fear. Don't wait for fear to disappear to act. Every courageous step, despite fear, will raise your energy, frequency, most powerfully. The law of attraction isn't something magical outside of you. It's how the universe responds to the energy you actively emit from within. By mastering your inner words, focus, and emotions in the Stoic spirit, you tune your energy, frequency, free yourself from fear, and become a magnet for a life filled with inner power and the good things you crave. In the journey of pursuing and attracting what you desire, have you ever stopped and asked, why do I desire this? Does what I want truly reflect who I want to be? Deep down, my most profound values? Often we get caught up in wanting to have money, fame, or possessions, and less often think about wanting to be what kind of person we want to be and what principles we want to live by. Stoic philosophy teaches that virtue is the most solid foundation you can build your life upon, and it is the most important element in the process of manifesting things of true meaning. Imagine your life is a house. If you only care about the magnificent appearance of the house, external wealth, and fame, but build it on a weak foundation of greed, dishonesty, and selfishness, that house will not withstand storms, challenges, and difficulties. Virtue, including wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, that unshakable foundation. When you manifest what you desire from a place of virtue, you are not just seeking temporary external satisfaction. You are building deep inner peace, a true inner power, because what you desire and how you pursue it align with the best nature of what it means to be human. Aligning your desires with virtue is an act that frees you from fear. Fear is often related to losing external things or not getting them. But when you focus on developing inner virtue, something completely within your control, you build a source of power and value that cannot be taken away. For example, you desire career success. You can pursue it through deceit and stepping on others, lacking virtue, or through diligence, integrity, and helping colleagues with virtue. The first path might bring quick success, but it will come with fear of being exposed, insecurity, and a sense of emptiness. The second path brings peace, self-respect, and lasting achievements. Even if the process is harder, virtue brings the necessary courage. The path to what you desire is often filled with uncertainty and challenges. Having the courage to keep going, to face failures, and to act despite fear requires a source of inner strength, the strength that comes from living true to your principles. Justice is also an important virtue in manifestation. Your desires shouldn't just serve yourself, but also contribute to the common good, just like Jose wanting his coffee shop to be a place where people feel at home. When your goals harmonize with the good of others, it creates a stronger, positive energy. How to align your desires with virtue. Examine your motivation. When you want something, ask diligence or creativity. Focus on cultivating those qualities in the process. Consider the impact. How will your desires and how you pursue them impact others and the world? Will it create good? Manifesting what you desire isn't just about what you get. It's about who you become in the process. By deeply aligning your desires with virtue, you not only build a successful life in the broader sense, but you also build a solid inner power. Free yourself from fear and find true peace. We often unknowingly carry an invisible burden on our shoulders: attachment to results. We set goals: a new job, a relationship, a specific income level, and secretly think, only when I achieve this will I truly be happy, at peace, successful. This attachment turns life into a high-pressure tightrope walk. Whether you achieve the desired outcome or not, something outside your absolute control suspends your happiness and worth. If you succeed, you feel temporary joy. If you fail, you fall into the abyss of disappointment, self-blame, and feeling like a complete failure. Stoic philosophy offers a powerful liberation. Inner peace and strength do not come from controlling results, but from eliminating attachment to them and focusing on the process. Marcus Aurelius wrote a profound sentence: "The life of a man is defined by his thoughts, not by his external circumstances." Results are external circumstances. Attachment to results is allowing external circumstances to control your thoughts and emotions, stealing your peace. Excessive attachment to a specific outcome feeds fear. Fear of failure, fear of not being good enough if you don't achieve it, and fear of what will happen if things don't go your way all contribute to this fear. This fear binds you, preventing you from acting courageously. Eliminating attachment to results doesn't mean you have no goals or don't put in effort. On the contrary, you set goals and make your best effort within your control. But you find value and satisfaction in the process of acting, in practicing virtue, and in learning from experience, not just in the final destination. Seneca taught, "The journey, not the destination, is what truly matters." Focusing on walking your path with integrity, courage, and patience builds an inner power that no external result can take away or give. Realizing that you don't require a specific outcome for peace or worth brings true liberation. Your worth lies in who you are and how you choose to live and act each day. How to eliminate attachment to results? Distinguish effort and outcome. Be very clear about what is within your control: your effort, your action, your attitude, and what is Notather's reactions, random events, the final result. Focus your energy on what you control. Find value in the process. Focus on the learning, the growth, and the contribution in the process of pursuing your goal. Celebrate small progress on the path. Redefine success. Remind yourself that true success is living according to your values and becoming the person you want to be, not achieving a specific title or number. Practice letting go of the need. When you feel anxious about a result, recognize it, name the emotion, and gently remind yourself that your peace does not depend on this outcome. Eliminating attachment to results is a courageous Stoic act of reclaiming power over your own happiness and peace. When you stop tying your worth to things outside your control, you free yourself from the chains of fear, release energy to act more freely and courageously, and, ironically, tend to achieve what you desire much more naturally. We have completed a profound journey of discovery, walking through 10 lessons from Stoic philosophy to face and free ourselves from the chains of fear. We have realized that fear often binds us with the illusion of control and the power of negative inner words. We have seen how focus, letting go of the past, trusting the flow of life, and combining gratitude with visualization can change perceived reality and attract good things. We have also explored the importance of harmonizing with life's rhythm, directing energy wisely, and making virtue the foundation of desires. Finally, we learned how to free ourselves from the painful attachment to results. Each of these lessons is a tool for you to practice daily. Freedom from fear isn't about completely eliminating the emotion, but about understanding it, facing it with reason and courage, and choosing to act despite its presence. True power doesn't come from being fearless, but from embracing who you are, fears included, and finding a greater strength from within to move forward. Stoic philosophy gives you this path, the path of mastering your inner world, the path of acting according to reason and virtue, and the path of finding peace and power within yourself. There will be times fear returns. This journey has no end point, only progress. The important thing is that you have the tools to face it each time, and you know that you are stronger than what fear tells you. I believe the power to live a life not held back by fear is already within you, waiting to be unleashed. Your task now is to courageously unlock it day by day. Thank you for joining me on Stoic Way with Alaric in this video. If you've made it this far and are ready to free yourself from the chains of fear to embrace your inner power, let us know. Hit like on this video to support the channel and spread the message of liberation. Share it with anyone you think might also be held back by fear. Subscribe to the Stoic Way with Alaric channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next profound Stoic lessons.